All right, figure easiest way to do this, just walk you through a quick video. Forgive the shaky camera work. I'm going to show you what we need for the open house. Here we go. Come in, main door here. That sign there is going to be hanging up on that wall. I'd like to put some, permanently, if I can buy it from you, I'd like to kind of backlight this thing, like put some kind of lights that maybe attach to the back of it or something that make it glow. Or if you have something we can throw up in that ceiling and light it. I just want it to kind of glow when people walk in. Open ideas on that, whatever you have. So coming in the front door, main office area here. So we're really not going to really direct people to the right here much, but it might be cool to have a couple accent lights along the back wall there. Main flow of traffic is going to come through here to the other side of the office, right by this printer, down these windows and past these cubicles. So everybody's going to come in here. Now I'm going to have a like a wall of literature and marketing kind of signs on this wall. We might, if you got some like mag spots or whatever, you can throw up on the ceiling there to highlight those. And then we're probably going to have a couple pieces of equipment sitting right out here in this area that we'd want to throw some of those same lights on. Nothing crazy, just make them shine a little bit. If it makes sense to have accent lighting in here, I'm not sure. It's going to be from 4 to 6, so the sun's going to be coming through these windows. This room, we're just going to leave the door open. We shouldn't really need anything in there. That's just a little meeting room. Main path of traffic comes into the training room here. So, as people come in here, there's going to be a bar over in that corner. Not much else. We'll probably just line these tables in some way that, you know, people can set their drinks and chat for a minute, but we don't want them spending a lot of time in here. We're going to have a bunch of like fittings, some of the smaller stuff we sell, little parts and pieces along this counter, but those lights up above should take care of us there. I mean, we might do a couple mag spots in the ceiling for the bar, or, you know, maybe if we have some kind of little small center display, we might put like a tiny piece of equipment in here that could just use a couple, again, of those wireless mag spots. So mostly everything happens out in the warehouse, which is where we're headed now. People are going to come through and come into the warehouse, and I'll send the layout when I send you this email as well. The field staging area over here, not going to be a lot going on. We're probably just going to leave it as is. If anybody even walks back there, we've got the automatic lights that'll turn on. We'll see about how many of these lights we can kill to create a little bit of ambiance in here, because as you can see, it's very bright during the day. So down along that wall, we're going to have a couple things on display. Up against those back doors, I'm going to have 3 of our trucks, one of our big box trucks, and then 2 of our field pickup trucks, kind of parked in a little semicircle with I hope a really big skid on display. And that's one area where I'd like to throw up something to create like just a little textured effect on the piece of equipment, you know, a mover or a gobo on a rotator, maybe 2, because the skid is pretty huge. It's 17 feet long and 10 feet tall. So you can see you've got areas there. You can hang truss, hang, you know, pipe, whatever you want to do. If you want to put a truss on that column, I'm sure that's okay. Right where I'm standing, we're going to have the Taco Taxi folks. So right up against that column, we're going to have like a double-sided food station for people to walk through. And where I'm standing here, we'll have seating tables. Stageworks, I asked to provide something cool for that, along with those tabletop menu cards. So shouldn't really need anything there. That's going to be pretty straightforward. I don't know that we need to attach any like mag spots or anything to that down for the food station. It should be fairly well lit in here, but could be another area if my boss decides he wants to create some mood and kill some of these lights. Maybe we just throw a couple colored lights, just a couple LEDs to shine down on that food station. As we walk over here, about 10 feet in front of this set of shelves, we're going to have, what do you call those people? Steel City Pops right there. And then somewhere over here, probably maybe move the vending machine, or over closer to that equipment on that side, we're going to have a second bar. In fact, I think I may have just decided we'll move a couple of those blue tables and put the second bar there, because that'll help lead people the other way. So maybe just a couple lights, you know, attached to this racking, or however you want to do that, or up in the ceiling. We've got a lift here, or I think maybe it's still here. We should have a lift here that we own, to get your guys up and down. So down this aisleway, there's really not going to be much. Maybe a couple small pieces of equipment, but that's mostly just kind of a walking path. We'll have a couple high boys scattered, nothing crazy there. So I'd love to do something in the pump repair shop with some movement. You know, 2 little LED movers, or whatever you think is pretty simple to do, just to create some atmosphere and some excitement, because this is really the highlight, this giant crane. And we'll have pumps that are out on display being worked on when this area is complete. It's going to be a really neat looking area, so something cool to kind of showcase that whole spot. As we walk down this way toward the end of the warehouse, we're going to have multiple smaller skids on display, and I'd like to again do some kind of pattern over them. So whether you want to do something moving or just create some kind of effect, I'll send you a couple example pictures of what's going to be on display so you have an idea. But you know, I'd probably prefer not to use the racks, probably prefer to hang from the beams or the joists or whatever you want to do as far as hooking up that lighting. We've got a ton of power back there. We've got, I want to say none. Oh, hey, look, we've got it on the columns, so that's helpful. We've obviously got the drop, so you can see here around the pump area, and then plenty on the walls throughout the pump area. And now that I'm looking around, yeah, every one of these columns has power on it. This is how new this warehouse is. I didn't even know that. So obviously keep an eye out for the fans when you're rigging. So back here, you know, like I said, 3-4 pieces of equipment on display with some textured lighting over them. Nothing super nuts. So sound, I want to have basically kind of throughout the warehouse, and this is going to be the tricky part. I want to have some background music, but we're also probably going to do an announcement at some point. So I don't know if you want to try to transmit wirelessly, you know, from like a desk over here to like another one down there that's just a remote and speakers on either end. You know, I don't want to be running any cables really between all this stuff and make you guys have to tape down, you know, hundreds of feet of cable. So we're in about 27,000 square feet here, so it's a pretty big area. There's the sound isn't going to be amazing, but it just, you know, we just need some audibility. You know, K12 there, down there, you know, maybe some on the other end or up down along that wall or something. But we'll have about 150, 175 people, so we need it to have a little bit of impact. No subs or anything, we're not, you know, basing it up, but whatever you think makes sense there in terms of kind of covering that whole area. I'm pretty much open to whatever you decide. So we shouldn't really need any sound in any of the other rooms. We'll probably just do some little, you know, maybe some little wireless Bluetooth speakers with sound in the training room or whatever. We'll keep that pretty basic. And then if you think of anything else cool, you know, throw some, maybe some movers up somewhere, like on that, next to that column and this column or whatever, to just kind of, maybe we do something to move around the, you know, just move around the room, cover the ceiling, do some sweeps. Might be cool to have something either textured or moving along the tube, because that's a big ticket item we sell, is all this tubing. And you know, just make it nice, but not anything ridiculous. And we'll give you guys, you know, a couple days to set up whatever you need, and then you can strike that following day, if that's obviously easier for you, because we're not going to want to sit around here and keep the doors unlocked. So I think that pretty well covers it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But again, I'll send you some reference pictures of the skids. I'll send you the current layout I have, so it'll actually give some context to what you're seeing here. And then just let me know what you want us to do as far as the labor costs, and we'll make sure we get that taken care of. All right, bye.